Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to be continuing our Los Angeles Angels franchise in MLB The Show 18. Now we are heading into year number 3, the regular season. The last video we finished up the offseason, brought in a couple of guys. We're going to go over the roster really quick in a second. We do need to set up the roster actually, set the 25-man before the season begins because we left off at the end of spring training. We'll check the ranks and everything after, once we get into the regular season, just to see where we actually are at. Top prospects is an interesting thing to look at. Let's see if we have any. I completely forgot who we were for a second. We're the Angels. Do we even have anyone? We might not. No, we don't. I didn't miss any, did I? Interesting. Very interesting. You know, we could actually have some guys, because we do have a few decent prospects. Hermosillo, maybe Brandon Marsh. You know, we got some guys. Lundy here, Alvarez, trying to see, Cruz, Maitan, Potts. We got a lot of guys, actually. Jones, Silva. I actually noticed Yang. I forget. I don't know if we drafted him. I don't remember. But he's got really good offensive potential, as you can see. So I did add him to the 40-man roster before I started recording, because I would have probably forgotten otherwise. But yeah, he's someone that could probably slide into first base if we want to move on from Bohr and or Chris Johnson after this season, or at some point during the season. And maybe if we can't find a solid first baseman, you know, he's someone that could definitely fill in there very nicely. We have Tice, who's a C potential. I don't even know if he was a B potential, actually, in this franchise. Tice or Thice? I heard it on a spring training broadcast recently, but I forget. It's one of the two. Anyway, moving on. Any other prospects that we do have? We have Vaccaro here, who I think we drafted. Anyone else? I guess not really Buttery and Anderson. I mean, they're a little bit older. They do have some time each in the majors. Probably not Morales either. He's a little bit older as well. Same with Jewel. And then the starters we actually do have, Baria, who's almost ready. I really like his walks per 9. Usually he turns into a pretty decent pitcher, at least in my experience he has, but I do want to keep him in the minors for as long as possible, which I think it's really just this year, because I think he might be eligible for the Rule 5 draft next season, but he'll probably come up at some point during the second half, or if we have, which reminds me, I was going to say if we have injuries, but we don't have injuries on, but we do have injuries on, because when I go over and play on other things, I turn them on. Okay, so that's set. But yeah, we do have Baria, who will probably be up at some point this season, at the latest September. Anybody else? We got Canning, we got Beltran, and we have Rodriguez, Lee. We got a decent amount of prospects here, just to go over them briefly, just as a reminder, I guess, and see where we're at right now. So as for the 25-man roster, for the rotation, I'm thinking Skaggs, Heaney, Erlin, Porcello, who we got in the offseason, and Cahill. So I think that's what I'm going to stick with for at least to start the season. So Pena would be moving down to AAA along with Baria. In the relief pitching, we only have 10 actual relievers, no closers, but probably going to put Reed in the closing role. We're going to have Bedrosian, Garcia, Brock, I guess Robles, and Vincent, and Middleton. Blyer did really good. Well, we know Buttery and Anderson are going to be in no, I don't want to do that. Going to be in AAA to start the year. The problem is here, because we do have quite a bit of relievers, which is a good problem. I think I mentioned this when I was figuring out the relievers in the last video, but you see, if someone does like really good and they're not like, you know, in the low 70s or the high 60s and like coming up or on their way out of their career, I don't really like to send them down, but there's really no room, and I want to keep Middleton up there to give him another chance because I know he's been struggling. He really struggled last year. But yeah, it's kind of hard. I do want to trade someone, so I mean, for now, I'm sorry, Blyer. Don't hate me. We're going to have Middleton, Vincent, Robles, Brock, Garcia, Reed, and Bedrosian in the bullpen. The catchers were set with Lucroy and Maldonado. Bohr, of course, is at first, along with Chris Johnson. We got Cabrera playing third. Frazier's at second, and Simmons is at short. So that's 5 guys. We have 1 open spot for Fletcher, LaStella. Probably not going to be LaStella. So it's either going to be Fletcher, who's like getting his 3rd chance because he has not performed well at all. Tovar, who struggled, and Cedeno, who's good against lefties, but I'm a little unsure about him. We signed him in the offseason just as like a depth piece on the 40-man roster. I forget what his... Okay, so his potential is 74. And currently he's at a 66, so he's got room to improve, but still, I guess we're going with Fletcher. Maybe he'll do a little bit better this year, we'll see. But moving on to the outfield, we got Upton, Trout, and Ohtani, and then probably going to stick with Yoshi and Yuki. I think Hermosillo, I mean, you can see he struggled in spring training, but, you know, I'm not sure. I'm a little unsure about when you're eligible for the Rule 5 draft. I know usually it's at age 23, but it's a year off with if you were drafted out of high school as opposed to out of college. But I don't know if there's a different time period for guys who are maybe drafted internationally or signed internationally or drafted at an older age. Because I feel like I've noticed that, but I'm a little unsure. So I'm not sure about Hermosillo just yet, but he is going to start in the minors. MacArthur did really good. He's got potential. His potential is 78, so he still has room for improvement. Yeah, I guess we'll start with him in AAA. He's someone that we can bring up if we look to move Yuki or Yoshi because they are a little bit older. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. We got our 25-man roster set. I'm going to go in and fix all the pitching rotation and the bullpen and all the lineups, and along with the minor leagues. And yeah, we'll move into the regular season from there. Alright guys, so we are actually a week into the regular season now. We are 4-2. I just had to sim to that so that I could adjust the lineups and rotations in the minor leagues. Make sure all of our, better players are in there. So yeah, let's keep going a little bit. And actually, really quickly, I wanted to check this. So we're 10th overall still. I think it's still 10th overall. I think we were 10th previously, maybe 9th, somewhere around there. So we're pretty much where we were. 7th in contact, 7th in power, 14th in pitching, so middle of the pack. Same with defense, 15th. And speed is just not part of our game. We're 29th in speed, but not a bad initial start. Not at all. So let's see if we can do a little bit better moving forwards, or keep up our level of play. Because like I said, it wasn't too bad of a start. We're just sticking over 500. We got a little winning streak going there. Not too bad. So actually, while we're simming here, what I was thinking of doing is just pretty much going up. This might be the last video for right now for this, because I think this is going to come out around the time, right before what am I trying to say? Before MLB The Show 19 comes out, and when that comes out, I want to try. I want to do a franchise with it, and I also want to do another franchise, but do it through. I can't remember what it's called. The new mode that they had in there. I'm sorry, I cannot remember what it's called. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If not, go check out the videos that San Diego Studios did talking about all the different stuff, which I'm sure you have already. But if it comes to my mind as this video is going, I'll just blurt it out. But yeah, what I was thinking of doing, as we see that the Royals acquired Newcomb from the Braves for Knable and Arcia, so pretty big trade there. What I was thinking of doing was doing one franchise where we go through that first mode, which switches into franchise mode after the first season, and do another, regular franchise like this for another team. One of those teams I want to be the Mets, because I do want to do the Mets. That's my preferred team. I'm a fan of the Mets, so I'm looking forward to this season. So hopefully they do well, and they're an interesting team to do, I think, because they could kind of go either way. But yeah, so I was thinking of doing that. If anybody has any teams that you might want me to maybe do as the other team, if if anybody is watching and wants to throw in their input on that, feel free to do so. And if it's a team worth doing, I'll definitely try it out. Actually, any team is worth doing, honestly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any if you want to see a specific team be done. But before we go into the draft here, oh no, we did top prospects. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling too great right now, so I'm a little off. But yeah, let's go into the draft and let's see if we can get a decent outcome, because that is our nemesis in this game, the draft, the manual June draft. It never goes our way. All right, so for our first round pick, we have a couple of greens here. I don't want to go for the 23-year-old just because he's a little bit older. He's 21. Maybe try, no. I'm gonna say try to stick to the 80 potential, but there was only those two guys. Aiden Hendrick, he's 22. So maybe we'll go with, unless there's like a high yellow here, he's 24. We might just go with the 21-year-old, who isn't anything special. I feel that's like that's a waste of a first round pick, but I want to be a little careful with it at the same time. He actually looks pretty good, but they're too close to their potential. I don't like that. You know what? He's going to be ready relatively soon, or sooner than some of the others. Not relatively soon. 3 years. He is a little bit old. He is a little bit older, but I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know what to do. He might be the guy that we fall back on. What about Tamori here? He looks pretty good. His control was a little iffy. I actually think we might go with him. Hopefully he's not, terrible. Alright, so second round. We got this guy here who's, again, a decent... No, he's too close to his potential for my liking. Yellows. That was the... Yeah, that was the guy that we might have taken. See if we can find anyone who's got some good attributes here. I guess he's not too bad. He's a little bit of a project, though. We got McCabe. Maybe we go with the guy who was a little bit more of a project. I think I'm gonna, if I can remember who that was. Was it him? I honestly don't. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place right now. I'm a little off. Like I said, fighting off some type of bug the past week, so I'm trying to focus here. So Jermaine Franklin is going to be our second round pick. Round 3. We'll see if we can get anyone else. Maybe around round 4 or round 5 we'll kind of go into the red accuracy bars and take a few chances there. But for right now, we'll see if we can get anyone still with a little bit higher of an accuracy bar that we scouted. Art Reynolds isn't too bad. He's again a little bit further away from the majors. Grover Parks. It's another guy. We got Mark Stout, who I think we looked at already. Again, not too bad. His overall is a little close, but you know, we can take a chance on him. Alright, so round 4 here. We have... I think we already looked at him too. Are there any closers? No, no closers left. I might go with Grover Parks, actually. Alright, so round 5 now. He's not, well, his walks are not the best. See if there's anybody else here. The left fielder who's 19, who looks like he could be good, but we don't know how accurate it is. We might take a chance with him. Same with Mitchell, if he's still available. We'll go with the younger guy first. And then in round 6, nope, Mitchell's been taken. No. Alright, who's left? Well, no, his walks were even worse than Badelia's. So what about Franco? No, I guess we'll go with Badelia. It's a fun name to say. Yeah, so let's see how we did. Not too sure about this one. We got 2 80s. Alright, we got 2 80s, a couple of high 70s, a low 70 and a 60, so we're probably not going to sign him. Badelia is a 73 potential. Good homers per 9. Good, decent hits per 9. Not terrible. He's got good durability, but that doesn't necessarily matter too much, I don't think, because he's a reliever and we have injuries off. But we'll sign him. Then we have these 2 first and second pick, or 79 and 78 potential. Franklin, center fielder, needs a lot of work. He's only a 55 right now. What was Bedelia? He's a 58. Then we have Tamori with our first round pick. He's a 79. Only a 60, but I really like his walks per 9. His clutch is good. Decent control coming out of the draft. Hits per 9 is also pretty decent right now. So not too bad of a pick there. He could be a number 4 or 5 starter, I think, at some point if he develops. We got an 84 potential here in Mark Stout, who's 20. He's already a 69. All around, he's pretty even, except for the control and clutch is a little bit low. But if he develops, he should be someone that we can rely on in the rotation in the future. And then Grover Parks, the reliever, 21 years old, 88 potential for a reliever. He's already 66. I don't like his walks per 9, but he looks like potentially in a year or 2 he could be knocking at the door of the major leagues, so potentially be a good reliever for us. So a little bit better than I expected, but still not the best in my opinion. Could have done a little bit better, especially with our first and second round picks. But yeah, not the worst draft I've done, I don't think. But let's keep simming a little bit here and see how we do. We're currently 15 games about over 500. Cardinals are interested in a trade for Matt Thaiss or Matt Thaiss. He's still improving. For Andrew Morales. No, I don't really think it's worth it. I don't think that trade is worth making. So let's keep simming here. See if we can hold on to this good record we have. 20 games over 500. Very nice. Very nice. Not quite 20 anymore. The Astros are interested in the trade for Josh Reddick, and they want Kevin Cedeno. That's my name. You can't have him. I don't know. He could be a decent bench piece, or at least a depth piece that we can use if we need to at some point. I don't really seeing us needing to use a depth piece since injuries are off, but it's always nice to have, and I don't really want to take on the money for Reddick, so no thank you, Angels. I'm going to have to step away from that trade. But going to the All-Star break. Oh, White Sox acquired Joey Gallo from the Rangers for Alex Colomé, Kelvin Herrera, and Dylan Cease. So that's a pretty big trade right there. Actually, that's a very big trade. Dylan Cease, I think, has pretty much kind of emerged as one of the biggest starting or pitching pieces in the White Sox rebuild. Pretty sure, if I have the right name in mind. Herrera and Colomé, of course, two pretty good relievers that are capable of closing games for Gallo. So that's a big trade. All right, let's see if anybody's in the home run derby. We got JD with 33. Trout again with 31 homers. He's doing, whoa, 355 average. That's having a good year so far. Almost 100 RBIs at the All-Star break. That's pretty good. Never mind, JD already has 100 RBIs at the All-Star break. So we got Grandal with 27, Schwarber with 26, Judge with 25, the same with Donaldson and Hoskins, and then Goldschmidt has 24. Big time power bats there. So let's move on to the All-Star game and see who made it. We'll go into the National League first. We got Bumgarner, Freeland, Flaherty, Martinez, Gray, and then Santana in the bullpen along with Allen, Givens, Diaz, Bradley, Jansen, and Doolittle. And then on the bench we have Myers, Grichuk, Kane, Rizzo, Seager, Carpenter, Odor, who's on what team? The D-backs. Huh. Bellinger, Posey, Contreras, Blackman, and then starting 9 are Suarez, Grandal, Goldschmidt, Jeanette, Acuna Jr., Soto, Freeman, Yelich, and Turner. And then in the AL, we have Berrios, Manaya, Rodon, Cobb, Sale, Hildenberger, Altavia, Kimbrel, Holder, Ozuna, Treinen, and Smith. So nobody on our team, I don't think. No, I don't think there's anyone on our team. We got Cruz on the bench along with Davis, Benintendi, Sano, Bregman, Lindor, Yandy Diaz, Dozier, Miggy, Narvaez, Perez, and into the starting 9 we got Swihart, Diaz, White, Jose Ramirez, George Springer, JD, Trout, who looks to be our lone all-star, Betts, and Altuve. Alright. So the NL has beaten the AL. 7-1. Wow. The Cubs are interested in an offer. Andrew Heaney for I don't really want Ramos, to be honest, unless somebody's just doing really bad in the bullpen. Brock's doing good. Middleton's having a very nice bounce back year. We got Reed performing very well. Vincent doing good. Garcia doing good. Robles doing good. Bedrosian, no, Bedrosian's not doing too good. Blyer is in the minors. I might, no. We could look, we're going to look to trade Blyer, I think, at the trade deadline. Preferably for a lefty, because I don't think we have any lefties. And then maybe send Bedrosian down, because he's the only one struggling this year. But yeah, I don't really, hold on. No, I don't need another lefty. Oh my god, I forgot. We have 3 lefties in the rotation. Yeah, their top 3 pitchers are all lefties, and they're all doing good. Porcello, not so much. How many years did I sign him for? 3 years. Oh no. Oh, am I going to regret that? I might. We're not going to trade him right now. Cahill's struggling a little bit. too, so that's not too great. We'll get into that, but I don't think I'm going to make this trade. It takes on a lot of money as well. So let's sim to the deadline here. The Diamondbacks acquire Strop from the Giants for Drew Ellis and Pavin Smith, so 2 prospects. The Cubs acquire Fulte from the Braves for Jason Hayward, going back to the Braves, and Dwayne Underwood. Alright, so we are 69-40. I don't understand how we do so, but I really don't understand it. I enjoy it, but I don't get it. And we are ranked 11th overall. We're 3.5 games up on the Athletics. I don't know why the Astros are doing so terrible in this franchise, but they are. And the Athletics have the first. Athletics and the Mariners actually have the first 2 wildcard spots, or the only 2 wildcard spots. But yeah, let's see how everybody's doing. Okay, so Skaggs has 3.05 ERA, Heaney 3.21, Erlin 3.68. Porcello we know is struggling a bit, but he's actually come back down about 0.3 in his ERA since we checked. So a couple good games maybe. He's got 2 more wins. Cahill, I forget what he was at, but I think he was in the high 80s. So he's come back down a little bit. Barria, we might call up Barria over Cahill. I think we will. I think Barria is finally going to get his chance in the rotation. Exciting. Bedrosian is at 4.35 ERA. Robles is having a good year. Same with Garcia, Vincent, Reed. Our bullpen's doing really good. Middleton, Brock. Middleton's having that big bounce back year that I mentioned before. So I'm happy to see that. We do need to trade Blyer. Unless we trade Bedrosian, but he's only 28, so I don't necessarily want to trade him just yet. How many? We still have a year. Do we have a year left of him for service time, or is he going to be up at the end of the season? Not sure. Anyway, Lucroy is doing good. Power is pretty much gone. You got Maldonado, who's doing decent for someone who's not much of an offensive threat at all. Bohr is having a very nice year. How's Yang doing in the minors? He's doing pretty good. He's doing good too. Frazier is really struggling. I've never seen him do this poorly in a franchise before. That sucks. Alright, if everybody else is doing pretty good for the most part, I think we can hang on to Frazier for right now. It wouldn't be an issue. Fletcher's doing better. Definitely doing better. Is Fletcher? No, they're both good against righties. Alright, Cabrera is doing pretty good. 291. 18 homers. Chris Johnson, not nearly as good as he did last year. But for right now, I'm just going to leave him. We got Simmons performing well, over 300. Upton his average is come back down a little bit, which is to be expected. But he's not doing too bad. Power's still there, 22 homers. Yoshi has regressed a little bit average-wise, but he's still performing as he has in the past. We got Trout, of course, being insanely good. We got Yuki doing pretty good off the bench. How's Hermosillo doing? Not the best. Arthur's doing okay. He's actually really improving. Wow. Otani's doing pretty good, hitting just under 300. He's got 20 homers already. So he's doing pretty good as well. So not a lot that I want to change here. I might just look to make a trade for... Actually, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, the purpose of it, I guess, would be to move Blyer so that he can pitch on a major league roster. But in the back of my mind, whenever we make trades, or whenever I make trades in here, the other team tends to just throw them in the minors and not call them up, even if they're on the 40-man roster. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna make any moves. We might just send down Bedrosian and call up Blyer to get that lefty, and he's been doing really good in the closer's role for AAA. Yeah. So I think, you know what? I don't know if we're going to make any trades. I want to put Barria, of course, in the rotation there. Move Blyer up. I think we're just going to, you know, keep everything as it is. I know it's not exciting or anything, but, you know, I'm pretty happy with how everyone's doing. I might move Frazier down. Maybe switch him off with... No, that's a lot of lefties at the bottom. I was going to move him for Cabrera, but I'd rather not. Yeah, I think I might just leave everything as is. So, yes, we do have valid lineups. Okay, so everything's still good? Yeah, everything's good. Okay. So, I'm actually at the point here where I'm unsure about continuing to the end of the year because we're already a little far. A bit of a long video already. But I don't know if I want to split this up. Let's... Actually, you know what? Let's keep simming here. See how we do. Oh, we're getting close to 40 games over 500. That's pretty good. AAA has made the playoffs, as has AA. Nice. AAA won, AA won. Oh, so close. No. Dang it. Ah, so close. Let's see how... No. I'm just gonna keep simming here to the end. Oh, so close to 100 wins. So close. Have we had 100 wins? No, we had 96 and 93. So close. Alright, so we're gonna really quickly go over and see how everybody did. Alright, so we got 99 wins and 63 losses. We won the division, and we're going to be taking on the Indians in the division series. So that'll be for next video. But really quickly, let's just see how everyone did. Awards, we have Trout with the Silver Slugger, Trout with Hank Aaron, and Reed got Reliever of the Year. Of course, JD gets the MVP because he's just... Oh my god, 3 years in a row? This guy is so good. This guy is so good. Sale 3 years in a row. What the hell, Boston? Stop hogging all the good players. So Sale gets the Cy Young. Trout, batting title. 355 he hit. And he didn't hit 200, get 200 hits? Huh. Reed, of course, we know, got the Reliever of the Year. Allen actually got it last year, so we got some good closers the past few years. Yusniel Diaz got Rookie of the Year. Enemy Trout got the Hank Aaron. We get any other awards? Trout got Silver Slugger, we know, and yeah, that seems to be it. League leaders, we got Trout in batting average, slugging, OPS, and WAR. With... Is that... Wait, 13.1. Is that a... I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. I forget what the highest WAR in a single season is, but that's definitely close to it. Alright, so that's it. I don't think we had any leaders in pitching stats. Erling was close to walks allowed. I think that's about it. Yeah, Skaggs with a good ERA, same with Heaney. Alright, so let's go into the roster really quickly, see how everybody did. Barria struggled a bit, unfortunately. Do we bring up... Do we bring up Pena? I don't even know if we can, actually. I might stick with Barria. Maybe have him in the bullpen for the playoffs. But Barria, 5.09 ERA and 58 innings. Not the best. Not the best at all, but hopefully he can come back and do better next year, because it'll be his first full year, and as far as I can expect, he's going to be eligible for the Rule 5 draft. If not, we might leave him in the minors a little bit longer. Otherwise, he'll be in the rotation. Purcello, 4.35 ERA in 200 innings. He had 15 wins, so not a terrible year for him. Erlin, just under 4, so he struggled in the second half, but 14 wins, not bad. Heaney had a very nice year, 14 wins, 3.16 ERA, as did Skaggs with 16 wins. So very, pretty good year for the rotation. Very good year for the bullpen. Blyer came up and had a ERA just under 4. We know Bedrosian, 4.3 ERA, Robles 3.5, Middleton 2.5, Vincent just over 3. Reed had the dominant year as a closer, 47 saves, 1.6 ERA. Garcia was just under 4, and Brock was around 3.5 as well. Lucroy hit pretty much 275, 6 homers, so the power was down. So a solid year by him. Maldonado, 28 hits, 4 homers, only hit 230, but I think with his defense, yeah, he didn't even make an error. So he's very good defensively. That's kind of what makes him attractive to a major league team. So not so much his offense. Homer Yang, 5 for 9 in September with 2 homers. I like this kid. I like him a lot. But you see some areas there dropping a little bit. I don't know if that's going to keep going or not, but something to be careful of, because we know his potential is only a C. I don't know. He's not on the 40-man roster. Bohr, 25 homers, hit 299, so a pretty good year by him. There's really no reason to move on from him unless he starts to really drop. Fletcher finally had a decent year. Hit 295, 76 hits, 6 homers. Not bad by him. Frazier, not so much. Fletcher seems to have switched off with Frazier there. But Frazier hit 225, 14 homers, 130 hits pretty much. Cabrera had a nice year, 24 homers, hit 270. Chris Johnson came back up a little bit, 261. So not what he did last year, but still a solid guy there to have platooning with Bohr. Simmons hit over 300, 201 hits again. Not again, but he got over 200 hits again, second time in 3 years. And then in the outfield, we have Upton with 31 homers, over 100 RBIs. Yoshi had 24 homers, so pretty similar to what he did last year, except for the average. So not terrible. Trout, of course, had that crazy season, 49 homers, just under 200 hits, just under 150 RBIs, just under 30 stolen bases. He had 355. 13 WAR. OBP was just under 4.5. It's crazy. Yuki, decent year off the bench, hitting 258. And then Ohtani hit just under 300 with 30 homers, so he hit the 30 homer mark. And yeah, so pretty good season for the most part, all the way across the roster. A couple of tough years on the pitching end, also for Frazier. But yeah, pretty strong season for the team as a whole. But yeah, we're going to be moving into we'll get ready. We'll go right up to it. Moving into the playoffs next. We'll get rid of that. And we can see who won the wild card. So the Mets beat the Dodgers, thank God, in the wild card. And then the Oakland A's beat the Seattle Mariners. So we got Cleveland against the Angels, which is us, of course, and then we have Oakland against Boston, and then in the NL we have St. Louis going against the Phillies, and the Mets taking on Arizona. So that's going to be in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, and I apologize if I'm a little bit all over the place in this one. We'll try to fix that for the next video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until the next one, I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you guys in the playoffs.